Yes, sir, it is live. Just give
It's
me
live?
30 seconds.
Okay.
It's going to start anytime.
So as it's live, give me a signal, then I will stop this screen sharing.
Yeah.
Please mute yourself. Everyone should mute yourself, please. Yeah, it's live now. Live. Good evening to one and all. And yeah, good evening to one and all. And we are here for the most awaited session of CW as our meetups to share the success stories. Let me request the most respected Vice President of CWSIR, Ms. Malka Grewal, to start with the functioning. And ladies and gentlemen, be with us. And really, it will be inspiring one. So different corners of the globe, Brazil, Greece, UAE, and India. So let's enjoy the meetex. Mrs. Grewal, please.
Good evening. Thank you, Pramod sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay. And I'm sure everybody can hear me. I'm loud enough.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. On behalf of Charles Walter, Society of Innovation and Research, I, Malka Garewal, Vice President, CWSIR, greet all of you here today for the first session of METEC. Welcome to Charles Walter Society for Innovation and Research, where great careers, great choice, and endless opportunities start. Charles Walter Society for Innovation and Research was founded in 2019. It is an independent research institute. The mandate of CWSIR is to promote and support research and innovation. CWSIR is aiming to provide a network for expanding the spirit of creativity, innovative, and digital literacy. The common purpose is to uplift people beyond inequality and gender differences. I would not take away much of the time, and I would like to welcome, wish, and greet Dr. Abhishek Pandey, President CWSIR, Dr. Smita Tiwari Balia, Founder CWSIR, Dr. Beatriz Lucia from Brazil, co-founder CWSIR. She is one of the speakers today here on the platform for Meetex. We welcome you, ma'am. I welcome all the honorary patrons, Mr. Murari Bansal, Chairman Guru Gurukha Haryana, Mr. Suminder Singh, MD IDPS Jammu, Mr. James Douglas, Little Space Science Youth, Mr. Sudan Hassan, Associated Cambridge UK, Mr. Pramod Mahaden, Educationist UAE, and of course the backbone of CWSIR, without whom any of our functions, any of our programs would never be successful. Because I do extend a hand of warm welcome to Mr. Dheeraj Mirotra, Director CWSIR, again, who is our backbone. We, trouble him and bother him all the time, but that's how things are all, and we need you always. We need your support. I welcome Mr. Zine, scholar of Harvard University, President of CWSIR, and Ms. Evangelia is with us, who's Executive Director, CWSIR. She's from Greece, and she's one of our speakers today. We welcome you. Greetings from India. Mr. Mitul Dixit, Chief Managing Director, CWSIR. And of course, if I carry on, the list is never ending. So I welcome and I extend my greetings to all the officials and the dignitaries who've joined us today here. And of course, to all the attendees, I welcome you all to the program of MeetX, the first session, where our, you know, experts or the best people around will be sharing bits and pieces of their success stories with us. So we've lots to take back home from here. So let me proceed quickly. Well, our first speaker for today would be Mr. Pramod Mahaden, Principal, School Director, Shahjahan India School. Well, I think the words, a lot of words if I really talk about Sir, but just a little bit, in just a brief introduction, I would like to give, and rest he will do the initiative to introduce himself and talk about himself. Well, Mr. Mahajan, he's from a small village, but of course he's heading one of the biggest schools of UAE. Sir is a national body for excellence in education. He's already been a great motivational speaker on various platforms around the globe. He's been into the education industry for more than 37 years. He is the leader, and he's headed, I think, more than 7 to 8 schools as a principal. And of course, if I go into reading his resume or talk about what he's been, it will go for 15 to 20 pages long. So I would like to take a lead here, and I welcome Mr. Pramod Mahajan to please take over the phone, and I hand it over to you. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Dheeraj sir.
Good evening, sir.
Now, today is the day of BTECs, sharing the success stories. So, let me tell you one thing. Today is the day when we got the independence. What we say, true sense, because we were blessed with our father of the nation 151 years ago. So today is the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. So that's the success story starts on home. So let me pay the tribute and homage to Mahatma ji with 2 lines of his very favorite song, which is every Indian is singing today in the proud memory of Mahatma Gandhi, and then we'll start our program. दे दी हमें आजादी बिना खड़ग बिना धाम, साबरमती के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल, साबरमती के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल, आंधी में भी जलती रही आंधी तेरी मशाल, साबरमती के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल, साबरमती संत तूने कर दिया कमाल. Now let us start about the success stories. BTEC, I'm very happy to you all. As introduced about me that from a small village, yes, I belong to a small village, farmer by profession, completed my primary education in a very small school in my mother tongue, Marathi medium. My middle schooling, Hindi medium, from 9th standard onwards, switch over to the international English medium, completed my BSc and MSc in physics, done my MA in USA, B.Ed, MBA, secondary is important. Being a leader. Being a leader, what is my big idea is, being a leader, you do it, or you delegate it, or just dump it. Now, what to do? Take the risk. Think beyond. Be isolated. Start changing. Start with yourself first. When we are doing it, be strong. Flexibility is one of the hurdles for the leadership. Be strong in your decisions. but at the same time, get it, test it, apply it in the various situations, unknown situations, discuss with your colleagues, with your friends, with all the stakeholders, and get it verified. And when you have found that yes, it is verified, then just do it. Keep it thinking what was yesterday and what will be tomorrow, today. And while doing that, just unstone every stone in the path of success. While doing it, don't think about what will happen and how you will be successful. Let me tell you, success is a way of betterment. Success is not a destination. So do it. Keep on doing it. Decide your own path. Make your own roadways. Decide your aim. And then on that platform, will be with you. How to take the way to where you are reaching to your destination. So that's the way I keep on doing. Keep on doing, keep on challenging myself, keep on challenging the situations, keep on challenging the hardships, and keep on moving ahead. Second big idea, or second success mantra is delegate it. But the point is, when you are delegating the task, or when you are delegating the authority, when you are delegating the assignments, if you want to be successful, give all sort of authorities to those to whom you are delegating the things, and keep the responsibilities on your shoulder. If they are failed, no one is responsible except you. And if they are successful, victory belongs to them. So that is the delegation in true way. So doing it is not working, it should work. If at all it is not working, again, challenge the situation, challenge the pathway, find another way, and keep on jumping on it and keep on doing it. Let me tell you, nothing goes without any problem. And every problem has its unique solution. So doing it is what? To finding out that unique solution. And to find out that unique solution, you have to fight against yourself. You have to fight against sometimes circumstances. You have to fight sometimes with the system. But remember one thing, while fighting, understand one thing. If you have failed, that is the first stage of your success. And if you are succeed, you have to find out, or you have to raise your bar, and again you have to raise your aim, and you have to choose another path. When you are reaching to a height of your success, just remove out, just scrap out all your developments, all your achievements. Reaching on the top means you have to scrap all your achievements. Then only you will find out the another way. I would like to cite one example. Yeah, ruling world. When they have reached to the top, they were still depending on their achievements, on their technology, on their theories, on their path. Same way, all of a sudden, another platform is being developed by iPhone people. Another platform is developed, Android, and everything is collapsed. So what's the learn of that success story is? Keep on scrapping your own achievements and keep on challenging yourself. If you are sitting at the top when you are successful, you will definitely fail. But if you are challenging yourself, you will not fail. And if at all you will fail, that failure will be the first stone in your success. That failure will be the milestone of your success. While delegating it, have a trust, have a faith, have a belief on your subordinates. As Mahatma Ji used to say, your belief will become your action. Your action will become your words. Your words will become your weapons. And finally, you will win, and that will be your future. Dumping it. Delegation is not working. What does it mean? You are doing it, you are delegating it. It means that task is not meant for you. Just dump it, modify that target, and keep on doing it. So that's my first big idea of my success, being a successful leader from a village to leading a school which is one of the biggest school in UAE with 11,000 students. Started a career from army school as a physics PGT. The first year, my principal has assigned me a duty, to assist the central superintendent of CBSC examination, a very senior person, a very strict person. He told, you are senior, I don't have any work to assign to you. I said, sir, whatever be, I'm ready to do anything. He said, okay, you keep on stitching the backs of the answer sheet which we have to send to the CB. Okay, well done, I'll do it. I start doing that thing. And when I was teaching those bags and putting the answer scripts into that, I was going through what sort of forms were put inside, what are the plus points of those forms, what are the lacunas of those forms, form number 66, form number 19, form number 12. I understood that thing very, very deeply, being a good observer. Next year, there was a meeting of the central superintendents. The exam controller was heading that meeting. And he asked, okay, I wanted some suggestions from you people. All the central superintendents were saying, no, it is very good. I raised my hand and I said, no, I have some suggestions. Being the minute observer, close observer, I was teaching the bags and putting F66, F12 and find out what are the lacunas and what should be the betterment to be done in that. And when I shared that views, he was so happy and I became the youngest central superintendent of India. That is the another mantra. Don't take any work. It's deep priority. Whatever be the work assigned to you, be obedient, be observant, keep on observing it, and keep on doing it. You will learn something. Second mantra of the success story is keep on learning, keep on observing, irrespective of what work is being given to you. Every day I do learn something from my peon also. I do something from my gatekeeper also. We do learn something from the bus conductor and the drivers. These are the success. After that, I was very passionate that yes, I should be at the global level. So what should be the next stage for that? In our country, this doesn't allow you until and unless you have the administrative experience. So I should have the administrative experience. For that, I started finding out what to do. Then I wrote one exam at the national level, got selected in a national level international, national level school, appointed as a warden, and start doing the work. The first day of my wardenship, first day, my principal has given me a task. Mister, there is one room. In that, one student is there. And no one dare to enter in that room. You are the warden. We will make you chief warden if you enter in that room and solve the problem. I said, okay, done. When I entered into that room, I am not disclosing the name of the school and organization because it's not good to share that thing. When I entered into that room, I saw that child was holding one knife. Just he poked his knife on his hand. It was bleeding.
It's 7
He said,
o'clock.
"See, mister, when I can trouble myself, I can trouble yours. Listen one thing, don't disturb me." Okay. I was with my PE masters with the hockey stick. Those days, also corporal punishment was not allowed. But for a person who is poking the knife in his own hand, what I have modified the definition of corporal punishment, and we have nicely beaten him, 3-4 fractures, taken him to the police station, a hospital. From the hospital, doctor called the police. Police has come. There was a report against us. We got the memorandum. Why not removed from the service? Then I said, give me a fair chance of 3 minutes to explain myself. Because another success mantra is be reflective. You have to be reflective. You have to give your opinion. You have to open your heart. Whatever be the action you have done without any wrong intent, with any bad intention, then you have to open your heart. Went to the deputy director, explain them, situation is this. Then I understood the person who is troubling himself and making himself bleeding, for him, pain and stick is not the solution. For him, a teacher has to become beyond that. He said, okay, we are giving you 15 days time. Will you convert that boy into a global citizen? We get done. Risk taking is the third mantra of success. I've taken that risk. Again, went to that boy, said, yes, if you want to do something with me, I am here now without anything. But let us have a dialogue. Then when I searched his room, I found so many letters which is written by the blood to his mother. I said, yeah, this is the point which one is troubling him. The mother was a single parent, having very tough time, could not have food also. I went, visited that mother, requested my deputy director, if any small job can be given in our residential school, with which she can have at least the food both the time. I said, yeah, no problem. That has been done. The boy has got that trust within us. There is someone who is thinking about me, about my mother. And now I'm very happy to share with you. He is Colonel in Indian Army. One step which was initially treated as a wrong step, which was initially treated as you are not a human being, but if without any wrong intention, if you are doing any good thing and opening your heart and trying your level best, success will be there. So with that, the life of that boy, he is the colonel now in the army, and on every 5th September, I do get his message that, sir, that day and today. And his mother, he is with the mother, very nice family, blessed with 2 daughters, and it's a good family. So what I say, success mantras and the big ideas are, have a faith within yourself, keep on doing it, keep on delegating it, keep on scrapping your achievements, be a observer, keep on observing the things. Don't take any task at a least priority and keep on going ahead. And in that journey, one thing is important, and that is you have to be righteousness from your heart. If you are having that righteousness within your heart, you will success in the country. Like that, if you consider that academics, when I took over different schools, my first target was give the autonomy to all the teachers, respect them, and tell them we have to take care of the last 10 students and the first 10 students. The middle group should be challenged. So another success mantra is challenging the students with creating the spirit of healthy competition within them. We have taken a concept of academic adoption. The another success mantra, academic adoption. Our teachers have academically adopted the last 10 students from their various classes, irrespective of their subject, irrespective of their class teachership, and start just having dialogue with them as a motherly figure, start helping them. And to our surprise, those students have done better than the middle group. They have scored more than 65 and 70% marks. And who are thinking, they are 100%, their 75% marks assured. They could not attain that. Those students, they have achieved that. So have a faith within your staff. Have a faith within the students. One thing is clear in the success story, that every child is unique and every child has a positive aspect. The challenge is you are not reaching the level. The challenge is you are not satisfying their inherent talent. And if you could do that thing, the magic will happen. And that magic will create your success story. So that things were keep on going. Then I was heading one organization where there was a school within the school. The main schooling is ICSE. Within that school is a Cambridge school. And then there was a challenge. Okay, ICSE up to 10 standard, Cambridge they are doing A level. What to do? Their need of stakeholder in the Mumbai, we should have IBDP also. So we have started reverse process. The schooling start from grade 1, 2, 3, 4. I started directly. There was a school from KG to 10th, O level, A level, and IBD. When I have discussed this model with the Cambridge people, they called me to the teachers forum. And I have given the comparative study to them with the help of all our staff members. And we successful to convince the University of Cambridge, yes, this model works. And from that year, in 153 countries of the world, that model was adopted. You can have CIPP, have CLPP, you can have A level, you can have IPP also, and the parallel ways, because the ultimate of the education is what the child should be the independent learner. So like that, the success story starts. Cambridge, visited to the Cambridge so many times. Then the news spread here and there. See, once you get the platform, the University of Cambridge has informed to various countries. And evening, I got a call from the Finland, Helsinki University. Why don't you share story with us? Visited to Finland, Switzerland. Keep on doing. So on the global level, share the story, share the task, how to do it, when to do it, and why to do it. That is the success mantra. One story again I wanted to share with you. I am feeling proud that my life is successful, my life is blessed. I had a dinner with my mentor, my ideal personality, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. That was another story. We have a model, Gravito Electric Power Station, for the Intel Asia Electric Engineering Fair. We were going against the universal law of inertia. The energy neither be created nor be destroyed. It can transport from one form to the one other form. But we were showing against that. Model was successful when we have displayed that model in the Nehru Science Center, Mumbai. Every scientist has criticized rather than they were laughing on us. Few people challenging the law of conservation of energy. Yes, our is saying that thing. It's not just not possible. Okay, thank you. The Chief Judge, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam K, he saw that model and he find out the fact that we are challenging the law of conservation of energy and we were on the wrong platform. He found out that, but he did no. I send his model to Japan because the thought process is theoretically correct. Practically, maybe even the sky is not the limit. He called myself and those two students who are the first generation learners. We had a dinner with him and we asked, sir, why you are selecting this model? He said, we are selecting this model, but you are challenging. You are challenging the established fact. And we could successful to demonstrate that model in the sun also. And lot of work is going on that model. The main concept of that model is friction is not the enemy. It provides you the electricity also. Still, many people working on that. It will be successful or not, that's a question mark. And if it gets successful, we will be top on the world. But unfortunately, we are not working on that. Somebody else is working on that. Keep on challenging the established fact. Keep on doing it. Keep on taking the risk. Keep on delegating the powers. Next time and keep on trusting the people from peon to patron. Success will be up. Like that, I become global teachers, global citizens, and we got name and fame at the global level. So that's my success story today. Thank you very much. Over to Ms. Malika.
Thank you so much, sir. I got to know a lot about you, and of course, I got all the mantras towards, being successful and having a successful journey. Thank you so much. So I would like to proceed now. I would like to call upon Mrs. Evangelia from Greece. She's into academic. She's a great speaker who's also fought all odds to prove herself as a successful woman. She's again been a speaker on various platforms and have encouraged many people, helping them and leading them towards their goals of success. I'll hand over to Mrs. Evangelia for now. Mrs. Evangelia, may I have you?
Yes. Am I audible? Is everything
Yes.
okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your excellent presentation, for introducing me in such a nice way. But before I move on to my success story, I would like to think the previous success story I heard. Actually, there were parts that really amazed me. The story regarding the boy in the classroom that with the blood experience and all these powerful words that you used really motivated me to try harder for taking into consideration all the other students that might be in trouble, and sometimes due to tiredness or due to so many responsibilities that we have and all the academic burdens, sometimes we skip these things, and we need to have a greater insight into the lives of our students and to be proactive in order to help them before they reach kind of a well-being situation that has stagnated. So we need to be there, we need to help them, and we need to have a much more broadened mental horizon and be there for them. So thank you very much for the enlightening success story that I heard, that greatly moved me up to move on to my success story. So about my success story, I would like to start with saying that behind every success, there lies a story. it was in 2014, 6 years ago, that I was the captive of the icy veil of negativity by my own closest relatives. It was when my hopes and my dreams drained away, and when I was condemned to accept their reality. Parts from our dialogue still echoing and they enter my head. But Evangelia, at the age of 42, you are not young enough to further your education. You have no time for graduate studies. And you are a mother of 3 children. You need to take care of them. So how will you combine work responsibilities, your family, and your university assignments? What kind of mother will you be if you neglect your children for your studies? You have a good job. You don't need another degree. I ended up in tears. And I responded with a weak voice, I will be fine. I will be fine. The next few days I was existing, but I was not living. I did not want to leave my education. I did not want to leave my zeal for that governed me. Without hesitation, I prepared confidently my application dossier to be university. I have the picture of email document that I received later stating, we congratulate you on your acceptance and we look forward to welcoming you to Hellenic American University, Manchester, New Hampshire, USA. What cynical pessimists all of you, my family members, you are, I thought immediately, making me slave of utopianism. You demoralized me and disheartened me. Why? Because having 3 children and getting married, this is where life stops? Of course not. But I will rise, I promised myself. Without procrastination and delay, I started fighting and flirting with the idea of success, fantasizing about it, I will make it. It seemed to me that success is a binary concept. I could succeed or fail with no gray zones. There would not be any half succeed or fail. I became insanely addicted to my goal. No fun, no recreation, no celebrations, no friends, no nothing. I even made an inhumane program with my own deadlines to discipline myself. And I kept telling myself, if I don't do this, if I don't discipline myself, then I will be likely to be disciplined by others. I sensed the intersection point of preparation and opportunity. I started setting goals and having only one direction to succeed. I was competing with myself, and I was my worst enemy, my relentless judge. I broke all my physical, geographical, economic, and emotional barriers. I also received financial aid. I asked for that. A 50% discount for my studies by the university. Because I had to balance my economic instability, I paid for my fees. And I had to work long hours at the same time to pay for my studies, as I said, and the nursery school of my 3-year-old daughter at that time. I had to attend morning classes, and they were only the nights after work in lecture that I could study. Some of the nights I pushed myself to limits, with repeatedly reduced amounts of sleep, holding my little daughter in my arms, a book with the other hand. With broken sleep patterns for months on end, I also had to take my other 2 children to the primary school in the mornings. I wished the day had had 48 hours rather than 24. There were many times I had to sacrifice time with my family to finish work on time at the expense of my loved ones. I learned to say no to a night out with my friends and put aside interests in order and succeed. My emotional and social health was at risk as I was reading everywhere. And I happened to be feeling stressed and overworked. There were definitely moments I questioned whether I was brave or fool to push myself and challenge myself to such an extent. But with the passage of time and semesters, the first successes came and made me realize that I was a step closer what I desired so badly: education and academic knowledge, epistemological knowledge. Eventually, I reached the academic heights in 2017, 3 years ago, when I received a degree with high honors and I was named a salutatorian, known as summa cum laude or magna cum laude, having near perfect grades with most rigorous courses like written discourse analysis, understanding research for the Master of Arts in Applied Linguistics, and it was perhaps the most significant life-altering achievement. It altered my life. So what is success really? Is success about being the holder of a medal like this as a token of gratitude? Is that what it means to have a high performance? Well, success is not this, is not the medal. It is not the product, but the journey to achieve the goal. It is persistence, it is patience, determination, dedication, strong will, and hard work. Success is not luck. Size does not matter. Every big success starts as a small opportunity. Success is not about fame and money. It is about the opportunities we grab and the sacrifices we make. It is the next improved version of you, of us, traveling through hell impediments and struggles to reach paradise, to reach success. It's about having a growth rather than a fixed mindset, to instill the value of success and impact our future professional success, and not only ours, but also other people's success. It is the question, what are you willing to sacrifice for success? Remember, overnight success is a myth. Strong academic success can definitely broaden and contribute to career success and lead to a large-scale impact. After the successful postgraduate studies of mine, and I will continue with my PhD program as well, the overarching aim was to contribute to the education field, to add to human knowledge and accessible knowledge. More achievements followed, like an honorary doctorate, numerous certificates of appreciation for international conferences and publications, but talent alone, a high quotient, are not enough to become a top performer in life. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it, according to Charles Swindoll. The 10% that happened to me is all these achievements, and the 90% was my reaction to these successes and achievements, how I provide others with an immense amount of value. Success is not just about building your reputation, but also practicing the best you can to change someone else's life. A revolutionary approach to success, in the words of Adam Grant, and allow me to read the words, an American scientist who said, "The more I help out, the more successful I become. It's the most practical way to long-term success, making a difference in someone else's life. The impact I can have on the real world beyond the academic golden tower." This powerful mindset has changed how I work and pursue success in all areas of my life. So, approaching the end of my success story, what is success in the final analysis? I will use the words of Grant again and continue. He writes, "This is what I find most magnetic at successful givers. They get to the top without cutting others down, finding ways of expanding the pie that benefit themselves and the people around them, it's not about getting the lion's share, it's about giving as well. Whereas success zeroes sum in a group of takers, in group givers, it may be true that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Success is in a nutshell, is making an impact, I repeat, in other people's lives. Whose lives? My students' lives, the trainees in my workshops, the pre-service teachers. I teach and I mentor them to awaken the greatness they have within them. I help them succeed, and I show them that how this is done. What is called legacy? Legacy, it's a way to establish my education values, ethics education, cognition, accomplishments, and knowledge, so as to help them find their success path. This is the success that lasts in me, my entire success story. Thank you very much for listening to my story.
Wow, just great, Madam Evangelia.
Thank you.
When you're top performing, you are 10%. And what 90% is when how you react with that. That's another mantra which I learned today. Inspires me like anything. Great. Just great. And such type of examples actually make the human empowerment in true sense. And you are the live example of that. Thank you. Thank you very much to have you today on the platform.
My honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, let me invite another young, enthusiastic, energetic, and versatile educator, none other than Miss Malka Grewal, a lady having depth in English literature. More than that, the linguistic depth of her life is another language. A lady who lost her at the age of 7, kept in the boarding school in the hills of Darjeeling, in the Anglo-Indian boarding school, and spent her whole childhood all alone there. Friends. This is something, this is another language of life. With that, she has learned how to be a self-motivator, how to be a self-creator. Grown up, completed the graduation in English, post-graduation. Lucky enough to get married in a very rich family of Punjab. But money and richness is not the success. Success is your passion, your hunger, your thirst. And from that moment, the fight against all odds start. She fought for her passion. She fought for her trust. She fought for her to satisfy her inherent talent. And she fought with not only the parents, with not only the in-laws, with herself to establish herself. And we had a discussion yesterday. She was telling, I am very junior most. I am just a beginner and I don't know where I am standing. Madam, you are standing on a platform where even if you jump for you, even the sky is not the limit. A beginner, that is your greatness. She has spent 15 years being an educator in the field of English, IELTS trainer, and leading one of the Cambridge International School, which has a name and fame in Punjab. Starting from Darjeeling Hills, born and brought up in Kolkata, working in small area like a Punjab, and leading a Cambridge school. What not? Self-motivator, self-creator. What we can say, she has come out of all the hurdles by herself. Such type of lady who has set the goal for herself, challenge herself, success, succeed, and will be successful up to large extent, but still says, say, I have to go miles ahead. That's the hunger. We salute your hunger and welcome you, Miss Malka Grewal, a well-known educationist, a lady having the linguistic depth, and Vice President of CWSIR, to listen to your stories, ma'am. Miss Malka Grewal.
Thank you so much, Pramod sir, for such an introduction. Of course, you have already shared most part of my life with all the participants here today. Well, again, I would like to say I think I'm the junior most person on this program today. At the age of 36, yes, I am leading a Cambridge school. I have had lots of struggles, of course, if I would say. I am a person, I belong to a simple and a decent, typical Orthodox Punjabi family. Although I've been born and brought up in Calcutta and I've been, as sir said, in the hills of Darjeeling right from the age of 4 to 5 years. So yes, for me, friends and my teachers have always been motivation to me. So probably that's the reason I chose to be an educator, because I personally felt the love and the affection that your teachers, your educators can give you. I think nobody on this earth. I have no expectations from life. Well, I lost my mother quite early, so I've been into boarding school, as I told you, just with friends. They've been my support, and of course, my teachers, my true guides, my parents, to shower all the love, to take my tantrums. Basically, my hostel has been my family. Coming out from there to college, yes, my parents did put me with all the luxuries, all the money, sent me to one of the best schools in Calcutta. But yes, what's been missing is time and affection. So that taught me a struggler. That was the day I realized that it's you who have to take care of yourself. It's you who have to struggle. It's you who have to, make a path to the journey of your life. At the age of 21, I was married, just a graduate. My result was awaited. It was too early. I had no choice. Of course, lucky enough for friends, for siblings, for parents, getting into one of the richest families, but where education was not given importance, where education, working, independence was snubbed. Because you were provided with all the luxuries of life, I was told, you study to get married. You are married. That's the end of life. Sorry. I would rather choose to live my life. I was not born to get married. I was born to live my life. One life. I want to live it to the rest. Things went on. I got everything from my family. But of course, fighting with them, again, if I talk about Punjab, if I talk about Orthodox family, if I talk about typical Punjabi families, if you look at those, days back in 2003, 4, and 5, things were not what they are today. So I fought every odd, like Mr. Vinjilia said. I was blessed with a baby boy, little child, of course, in my lap. Studies given more importance. Wherein during the day we were asked to do or live up to the expectations of the family, and it was only nights that you got have yourself, where you did the entire night to study, to work, because you have to read somewhere. I wanted to niche a name for myself. I did not want to be called a daughter-in-law of XYZ and a wife to ABC. I wanted to be known as Malka. That's how it came up, all odds, difficult times. There were times when you are told your salary is not everything. I was working, I finished my master's, I started working with a very menial salary, wherein you were told your salary is not enough to run the house because they were rich enough. But for me, I was known. There came a time when the family was known as Malka's parents, Malka's husband, and Malka's child. There started my success. I was never looking back. Things came, family conditions got worse. If you talk about emotional level, of course, there were a lot of differences. There were times when you were told, if you want to work, go with your salary, try to live your life, take care of your child. There were days where we had to sleep on bread. But that was the day I decided I do not need a man in my life. I will be the man for myself. I will be the man for my child. And I will help those women, those girls, was taught that you need to have a man in life. No. Thereafter, I got very good leaders under whom I worked, who showed trust in me, who showed faith in me, who assigned me a lot of work. Sometimes, there were times like you're so exhausted with your domestic chores, your little child, working out, and so much of work. There were questions, why me? Why so much of work? But slowly, I did realize that I was hungry for fame. I had the hunger and thirst for fame, for earning a name for myself, for letting people know that I do exist, for making my life worthwhile. Live your life for yourself. Of course, I was in a small town. People knew me. I enjoyed a good reputation. And that made me feel all the pain of life, all the difficult times. It was okay for me to eat bread and sleep. But the happiness that I got from my work has no comparison. Eventually, I moved from the small city to one of the good schools in NCR-based school, Manashna International Group of Schools. I was lucky enough to, get in there. I was blank, the junior most. I was appointed as a content writer. I was a language facilitator. Again, same thing, loads of work. I was working 2 8, waking up at 5 and starting my life again. Really difficult. Again, the question came, why me? There's so many working. Why the boss only looks up to you? Why you are being troubled? Because I am somebody who's alone, right? I'm taking care of my child. I have to take care of so many things. I don't even get time for my meals. Why me? But slowly I realized that why me? Because I was capable. Among that crowd, why only I was given? Why only I was chosen? Because the passion, the thirst, my boss could see in me. She's a lady now in Canada. Trust me, every morning I wake up and I thank her. Not for being good to me, for giving me all the thrashings at 7:35 a.m. when I reached the campus. For all the scoldings, for all the late night calls and assignments I got. I thank her so much. And working there 3.5 years to 4 years under her leadership, being rigorously grilled, I got an opportunity to get interviewed for a Cambridge school. I had no idea. I had no clue. I did not know what administration is. I was really, really scared. And I told my director, after being interviewed, I told him, just be honest. A brother to me and tell me, do you think I can do it? I don't want a failure. I would rather take time, would rather come back here after an year or two, but I don't want to see failure because I have seen a lot of failures in life. And I want to create people, students, as strong as I have become. So I was appointed. I started working. I had no time schedule. I had no day. And I think I troubled the people around me as well. Again, thirst for working. And I'm still working. Miles to go, lots to learn, just a beginner, just a fresher. Lot of success mantras. I have taken it up and have adopted and definitely work on it and try to follow him in him. My mentor, Ms. Vinjalia, has shared lot many things. We'll have Miss Beatrice who will be sharing her stories, and of course, lot many of you here have a lot of success stories to share and success mantras to share. And actually, I've not come here today to share. I've come here to learn and to take away from all of you. So, Kumash, need your wishes, need your help, need support. Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Malka Grewal. And who says it doesn't speak? Who says the woman ought to be a stronger one? Who says that the sleepless nights do not give the equal return? Who says one can step away and one can be successful? In the Indian culture, in our spiritual life, I understood why they say Matru Deva Bhava, why they say Tomeva Mata, why the mother, the women, the ladies are respected first. Value excel is Miss Malka. It is something which we have to learn. Her success is trust working. Her success is hunger for getting name and fame. And she herself got the answer. Why only she? Because you deserve. Because you are the best. Because you are the one who can complete it. And this is another success mantra. If you do the work, the reward will be more work on your shoulder. If you don't do the work, you will not be called for any other work. So be a workaholic, success will be yours. With this and with this words, once again, we salute Miss Malka Grewal. Tears. Tears has their own language. Her stories has its own linguistic depth. That's something great. Really, it's an inspiring one. And only one suggestion to Miss Malka, why you are? Because you are the best. That was why your boss is troubling you, because he is to nothing else. He's that fate. He only one can do that task. So you are there. Now, let me introduce our today's last speaker, Dr. Beatriz Lucy from Brazil, doctorate in administration, done her Master of Business Administration, her a real personality who is working on various research projects, student reformer in US, review the international journals, research journals, writing a lot, working on spiritual aspects of Brazil, Pakistan, and India. Such a great personality is with us to share her success stories. It's my privilege to welcome on stage, hand over the platform to Dr. Beatriz Lucia from Brazil.
Thank you very much.
And introduce yourself, ma'am.
I'd like to. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, very well.
Yes. I would like to thank you for the invitation, and I would like to thank your participants for their stories. Touch me a lot. They are great, and it's a privilege to me to be here with them. I decided to show my biography, to show a little of my life. So I'm going to share PPT with you, okay?
Yes, please, fine. You can share your screen.
All right. Just a second, please.
Yeah, sure.
Can you see it?
Yes, yes, very well.
It's visible.
It's very well visible and very
I will
bright.
start.
Like you are.
I will start my presentation saying that observe just is very normal. I will talk a little about my life now, and you can see in these pictures beside of my childhood. So I live in a village, all right, without electricity, and the only mean of transportation that we had there was a carriage. I'm a daughter of Italian descendants, and the women were created to be housewives here to help in the agricultural activity and raise their child. I was firstborn. I have 7 brothers, and I was responsible to take care of the younger and feed them while my mother was in the cultural activities. I come from a humble family, a poor family, with their own agricultural production. And in this head, I have some pictures here that shows that the only childhood experience was playing with some cousins sometimes. About the education, literate when I was 12 years old. And the person who was the role model for me was my grandma, Virginia. In here, in the family, we use it to listen that men were made for business. In this way, men are always the first to have the privilege to study more than women. Women were made, to be housewives. Studying was not a priority for them, and it was that keep the girls far from the sexual abuses. I use it to have that is not so serious, but was that I never liked to wake up early. It's a big fight with my father because he wanted to wake up early to learn the alphabet, letter, the multiplication table. But in form, I couldn't learn well. Those fights started blocking learning, and for this reason, I didn't go to school. They considered me a person with difficulty. And with 12 years old, my grandma obligated me to go to school, and I thank her a lot for that. When I was a child, I did not like the evening because night was a kind of deep loneliness. Sometimes I cried and kept counting stars to pass the time until I could get sleep. I was really afraid of wind. The house was divided with rustic wood that we lived in. In the other side, there was a storage for the products from the cultivation, and it was also the shelter for them. One day, a small tornado destroyed part of the house, and in the play, I got traumatized with the wind. I used to think that if we were cut off, there wouldn't have been more. And I was really afraid of animals because there were many animals, and I used to be in panic when I needed to leave home at night. Married with 20 years old. It was a dream child to find a prince and build a family. I came to the city, got married, and started living in a town. With 22 years old, I had my only daughter. My daughter was born in Mother's Day Eve. She was growing, and I was supporting her with the necessary education. A beautiful day, she asked me to help her with the homework. That, and I said, Jesus, I don't know either. She told me, Mother, if you in the size don't know, imagine me. In that day, I realized I needed to go back to school, but I knew it would be very difficult. So I had a daughter at school needing my help. I had the dream of graduation, and the person that I have to thank a lot was a friend called Sandra, who influenced me a lot to go back to study. In these times, before studying again, I was just a housewife and I used it to pass the handcraft. The activities which I performed during long years. But it wasn't happy and I needed to be brave to stop being passive. 14 years later, I got back to the studies. I got back studying in the evening, not to disturb my domestic life. These were the worst years I had. I needed to adapt to a student's life and keep with my housewife life simultaneously. The person who supported me was a Sandra, as I said before. Nowadays, she's another dimension, but I thank her again. I never stopped studying anymore. When people ask me, well, am I still studying? I say, because I don't know when I will die, and I keep doing it for my whole life. Without my family support, I didn't have much support of my family. I used it to weekly trips during 2 years to get the master's degree. I divided the bedroom with two friends to pay the bills of each trip by bus took 3 hours to university. I arrived there on time to the class to start, and I didn't have most of the time I didn't have time to have lunch or to eat something before classes. So I could do my controllership specialization, policies and strategies of government, and my master in management business. Weekly trips during 2 years to get the master degree. Was another journey. Difficulties of my life were faced in this time. Was humiliation by some teachers because they thought I was very humble. Each trip by bus took 3 hours to go. University. In total, I used it to travel 12 hours coming and going every day. The three groups classified in the doctorate selection was scholarship by the government. In this way, I won the scholarship and I needed to start living in the university. I needed to move to another country and let my daughter. This was very difficult too for me. With the binational STEAM project approved, I applied for a scholarship from the federal government to research abroad, and it was approved as well. But I couldn't come back to Brazil till I finished the project. I stayed 6 months away from Brazil, and it was a big challenge for me. But if necessary, I would do everything all over again. In 2019, I started my postdoctorate in Aveiro University in Portugal. Now I would like to talk about my current work before pandemic. First, I have daily trips to teach in the evening. The time between back from the university, 4 daily hours. I work in University Center. My greatest pride nowadays is to notice the growth of the university in 2011. I teach in the science, accounting, business management, and production engineering. That's the areas that I'm teaching now. I have more activities in the university now. The extension project Global Talks webinar group that I have a collaboration with Dr. Arcelino Volpato, that is a friend, and Ricardo Leone. We elaborate questions for ADE. We organize questions for challenges in many courses of the university, and we elaborate questions for EAD. Influence. Let's talk about influence now. My first invitation to be an international speaker came through Dr. Pankaj Srivastava from India. Talk about the strategy in May 2020. I talked about the strategies adopted superior teaching in times of pandemic. I spoke for a university from India in May 28th. The same theme for a university in Pakistan. In June 3rd of 2020, I spoke about adopted strategies in the superior teaching in pandemic times for another university. My first international webinar, it was in a collaboration with FIEER, Academy of India. 9 countries were united with speakers from 6 countries: Brazil, India, Malaysia, Philippines, and China. The topics of my webinars that I have chosen some themes. It was a very good one that was spirituality in education, artificial intelligence, this covenant made with an institution in India. And in 24th September, it was signed the first international contract between Unifac West and UPS from India, University for Studies in Petroleum and Energy in India. Now, in this, you can see is exchange, trainership, immersion, linguistics, teachers, technology exchange, and virtualization of learning. Now I would like to talk about my legacy, happiness and gratitude always. The big wheel also needs care. Each water drop forms ocean. Everything needs to be well planned in life. The rock goes of what will happen back. Use the numbers to count. Life is a game. And nowadays, I keep doing lectures, organizing webinars full of happiness and gratitude with people like
It's
you
8
and this
o'clock.
woman that I have the privilege to be together today. That really touched my heart. This sort of incredible stories. Everybody will always say that you're lucky. Thank you very much. And I left some questions here just in order for to make a brainstorm to think about what have been said today. The first question is yes, why? The acknowledgement is ours. Never think is impossible. Never stop being humble. Someone says you are unable. Pretend you believe. If anyone fights with you, you just let it fight. If anyone hits your face with painful words, offer the other side of your face. But never, never let you thank for everything. If you don't have anything to offer, but person offer her or him as a big deal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And really very great. You are working on a really inspiring one, spirituality, spiritual aspects, and whatnot. You are, in true sense, the reformer. Will you please stop sharing the screen? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, no,
All right.
stop it. So really, we are lucky to have Dr. Patrice Lucia, and we are to listen to you. You're working for the countries are developing their own, what we can say, narrow domestic walls, respect to caste, color, creed, religion. You are the one who is breaking those narrow domestic walls.
Truly
So,
said as
that's
by
great.
Rabindranath Tagore.
That is great. Rabindranath Tagore from Gitanjali, he has mentioned that the narrow domestic walls are the hurdle, but we have one lady who is breaking those walls. And that's the true sense of education, that's the true success of BTEX. Now over to audience. If any questions, please unmute and ask. We have some time, 5 to 10
somewhere,
minutes.
yeah, but she wanted to really share something. She'd with that. So I think
Please.
we can ask Baljit Karan.
Thank you so much. That is so kind of you, Malika, for considering that. Very good evening to all the dignitaries present. It was a great learning experience and a source of inspiration to hear from you all and learn so much. I have a few lines to say, and I hope and that has sparked something.
Every is Malika now, just a beginner.
Pramod sir, yes, Pramod sir, just a beginner, sir. आणि तुम्हाला ऐकायला मला इतकी छान वाटलं. So I'm so glad that at this platform today, and the position and the people are creating so much of difference in the life of people, touching the youth, touching the people. Pramod sir, when you told about self-reflection, that was really huge. Soul searching, self-reflection, self-awareness, as Brexham ma'am told about gratitude, these things should be included into the academics. That is what I feel. Because you have that vision. You looked at the possibility, problem. How about other people having that vision? We generally have a tendency of focusing only on problems, not looking at the possibilities that life has. That we are just focusing on empowering women. Are we preparing men and empowering men to handle this empowered women? So that has to be there.
Just let me answer that question.
So it is just a humble request that we not work on the academics, but the skill set, the spiritual set. The people can grow and be themselves. Because students are studying subjects which they are not even interested in, which is not going to help them. Why not include something that they are interested in? Because if someone is interested in chess and weak at maths, generally happens, I'll hire a tutor for math. But with a difference, I'm going to hire a tutor for chess, not for maths now, so that he works in the area he loves and reaches there. And people being, I'm so grateful, complete gratitude, delighted on such a platform, share my message, and in whichever little way I can, I'll really be glad. Thank you so much. Heartfelt gratitude, really delighted. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. And another success mantra to that level by doing a lot of mistakes and blunders. That is one thing very clear. But trust, we are not repeating those blunders. We are not repeating those mistakes. That is the only success mantra in that. Otherwise, we have done a lot of blunders and lot of mistakes also. I am remembered, first time when some inspector has observed my class, my physics class. So he has given two remarks. Mr. Pramod, you are as good as non-teachers. It means he found out that skill is. So, and I was so happy. Then when I read that thing of be a teacher, so I understood I have to modify a lot. And then we keep on modifying it. So self-reflection is that also. Keep on modifying one. Now, Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra, how to empower yourself to deal with the empowered woman.
Well,
Be the main AI, artificial intelligence.
well, it was really great to listen to wonderful souls around. Let me tell you, I congratulate each and every speaker over here who was wonderfully crafting the ideas and the share. The deliberations were superb. And I congratulate each speaker for being the great contributor, making this a great success. As what Dr. Pramod asked, I believe, and I recall, I read it somewhere, that the recent research reveals that the people who have experienced some adversity are ultimately happier than those who have experienced no adversity at all. And that's a priority at our lives, because the myths of happiness are beliefs that achievements or failures will make us forever happy or unhappy. So it's our choice. It's a choice ultimately, that we take things in a positive way, like the pandemic, we have to convert that challenge into an opportunity. And thanks to pandemic, as of now, that we are here together because of pandemic, and we are sharing wonderful views and the deliberations from people around. So the inception has to be that we need to be inviting the challenges to be invited, welcomed at our stroke, and convert them. Try to govern yourself with your positive attitude. And that's the spectrum, right? So above all, it takes time to get adjusted of the very opinion what people have shared. But certainly you come out as a winner. The win-win approach is only then when we try to equip ourselves with what we know. And here knowledge is the power, as what people have explored, that it is all because of the education, the quality education we were into to pursue, that it could make us come out as a winner. So the win-win approach is only possible when we categorize education as a priority, And that is what, this group also defines and explores in a big way. And I'm happy that I could witness this wonderful showcase and deliver my thanks and greetings to all the wonderful speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. He is one of the TEDx speakers like me, and his is everything I've achieved, isn't it? And we are looking forward tomorrow.
Yes.
He will be on the platform of BTEC. He will definitely rock. But I am thirsty and happy to listen from Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra discuss this story. Is there any question from the audience? Yes, please. Madam Pratna.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Warm greetings. Basically, to all my these iron ladies. You all are real heroes, and I really appreciate. I think Ms. Malka said that you don't need a man. Yeah, you are for that for the women community, and I think it will be an inspiration for everyone. Any a single woman who is suffering from their life, I think if they hear you, give motivation to them. And Mr. Dheeraj sir, so I know him very well. I was a co-panelist also, and I've heard him many times, even Pramod, or even in the today itself, I have heard in the evening. In, and congratulations to you, sir, for the award. So I can say we people are the change makers, and we can make that change. If we will, if we can. So I strongly believe in that. If you are dedicated to achieve something, there's nothing impossible. Nothing impossible. And when you, I think, I don't know what's the name. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing. Yeah. Angelia and I was motivated when I heard you, and I tell you somewhere I was very much interested. All of you, because I'll Malka, even I started my journey with 1200 rupees, and that was mine achievement because it belongs to Orthodox family, being a UPI lady, and her story and my story somewhere it was
Yes,
great.
so
When
I
I tell you,
was Pratibha. I was born with a silver spoon. I was
Same
married
here.
into a family with a silver spoon, but still I don't have an iron spoon as well. When I
I
started my
tell you
life.
one.
Spoon.
I tell you, Malka, I was born in spoon. I married to a silver spoon, and I turned spoon. And I have created my own platform in the house with complete dignity, and my all are my diehard fan now. They cannot live without me. So that created me. They can't even think about that Pratibha should go outside. So it is how we develop the environment, how we develop, how we deal with it. May and I think Miss Baljeet said that we need the kids for challenging the
Sure.
life challenges. We teach them how to overcome with the hurdles. As Pramod sir said that he was born in Mali, studied in Hindi, then studied and then abroad. So journey says a lot. His determination, his dedication, and his passion. His goal was that boss, wherever I am today, I am here, but tomorrow I'm somewhere here where I want. This is what the determination is very much required. Wherever you want, wherever you go, wherever you do, you do. I feel this will create, message entire society. Now this pandemic has given a boon. We all are connected without visa passport. Everyone is saying, but we are traveling virtually. We are traveling across the globe. But we don't need anyone. Now this pandemic has connected so well that we all are family. We have a shoulders to cry and shoulders to share. We can connect easily because we all are from the same fraternity. So when I was hearing, I said, one is same. So wherever the crows are, everywhere the crows fly. Whether
Yes,
it
they are
is
black.
here in India or abroad. So somewhere connect, and it was amazing listening you all. You all made my day. Though my day was very long today, I was in the school at 8 o'clock and till 8 to 8 today. Real, it's amazing. today's day was wonderful. So peace, win with the peace. Something we achieved today. Many takeaways, from your story. That two hard workers, there are many. They are only not the dedicated. There are many. So we have to, pass this message to everyone. I think it will be a big journey for all of us to work and let's this wonderfully. I think everyone will agree with this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well shared,
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you, Pratima, ma'am.
What
Thank you
Miss
very much.
Malka what Miss Malka wanted to say that every has a man with him, and every
Very true.
man has a within.
Very true. And that
Within
is
has to find out.
Lord Shiva, Sir Lord Shiva, Ardhangini. When we talk
Yes,
about
yes.
Ardhangini, it is vice versa. If you
Yes.
talk about men,
Very
it's good
true.
female character, and if you talk
Yeah.
about female, men character. It is only you need to identify that character,
Yes.
nothing else. So
Miss Evangelia, your comments.
Okay.
Why
I'm speechless because I have heard so many things today, and I'm in the cognitive process of realizing more things in my life. I would like just to make a comment on it was stated that we don't need men. Yes, I think.
Our meaning is there is a man within a man, and there is a
Yes. Well, I think we don't
Pramod
need
sir,
toxic men.
don't encourage
And we don't
gender
need people
discrimination.
with disability.
yes.
It's my message. We need everyone. Live in a community, humankind. We have to be to foster strong bonds between us. That's the reason of community. My solution to that is to teach them and train them how they should view us. If you create an image of a weak woman, a woman just for the house or for the children, this is how they are going to do it. We teach them. We teach us. We are the role models, so we need them. And we need to show them their weaknesses to realize how they can become from toxic people, supportive, good men, assisting their wives. Husband was hesitant at the beginning, but then he keeps, adding to my achievement. Thank him for that. He's still supportive. I think I'm lucky I found him. He's next to me, just keeps telling me, again, you will be sleepless. He thinks, your breath. Even on holidays, you kept working. Was the only one who was carrying a laptop, doing videos and participating in summer conferences. But I always ask myself, how can I contribute to society? Why did I get this medal? Why do I have it? I have it for me? No, I have it for people to motivate exactly to do the same, because there is so much power within us. So much power. No toxicity, only positive thinking. And thank you very much for giving me to say these words.
Thank you. What a refreshing comments. And what I mean to say, even things can be trained. So they are at least
Tamed.
Please, your winding up, please. I can see the big smile on your face. It's powerful coming out.
I enjoying this conversation. It is very interesting. I would like to thank this powerful and incredible woman and this powerful and incredible man giving us this talk about this interesting and least interesting topics. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I hope to be with you many times more. Thank you.
Our pleasure. But Final comments from your end?
Yes,
Your
final comment.
taste today.
Thank you so much. But it's the facts of life that I've shared just in tidbits and in bits and pieces, of course. And as Mr. Julia said, that yes, we need everybody. I do agree, but of course, I can let my life go by saying that yes, I do need a man. I don't have a man. Okay, I am the man myself. I am the woman. I am the woman myself. So I think that's how good to have a man. Everybody needs a companion. Everybody needs a partner. Of course, it can be a friend. It can be anybody. Of course, at the end of the day, you have a cup of tea with you and a shoulder to cry on. Us, we are human beings. We are social animals, of course, right? But you can't just keep cribbing. I had that kind of a past. Of course, no doubt, I was married to a man that I would do everything. But of course, if he's got no sense and he doesn't know himself, and of course, he's been into hospital 7 years. He's been into addiction. There's a bit of truth. I don't think to be sharing it on this platform. I'm not really blaming him, but of course, that's his life. That having everything in life, he did not take care of his life and utilize his life. He left son. I think I'm a beautiful lady. Was blessed with a beautiful lady. He didn't know how to take care of things. Physically, he didn't know how to take care of his life. So in that case, I wouldn't be wasting away my time. And I need to mend a man who mend his ways, right? Who doesn't know how to take care of his life. So that's why I say I'm not being trying to be harsh against men. Of course, there are good many men here on this platform, and they are my mentors, Mr. Pramod Mahaden, and of course, I will be looking forward to Dr. Dheeraj as well for some help, and of course, he's going to be my mentor as well. So, of course, I do need men, but I don't need a man. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Any final
Yeah,
the audience?
thank you,
Something
everyone.
wanted to share?
Yeah, it was really, really great. And it came out from the heart. So that's the best part of it, that each of the speaker could deliver from the heart. And it is indeed a great meetex, So great, Rohit. Thank you very
Speaking
much.
from the heart.
Yes.
Speaking from the heart, that is mantra. And we should learn that thing from the justers, isn't it?
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
Anybody wanted to share something from the audience? Anyone? Shall we? Otherwise,
Yeah, we can
wind up?
Yeah, wind up, right.
No? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pramod sir, am I audible?
Yes, very much audible.
But 1 minute, I am so happy that you have done this and given so much that I have noted down and I'm going to apply in my life. And other thing, Malika ma'am has also done that. She is so vulnerable. And vulnerability weakness nahi hai. It's strength. It takes guts to talk on the platform.
It is only the strong point.
Vulnerability is the strongest. It's a strength. It is not a weakness.
Yeah.
I salute her.
Thank
And
you.
bringing things into perspective. आप किस नजरिए से किसी चीज को देखते हैं वो
एक
बहुत
नजरिया ही बदल दिया
नजरिया ही बदल दिया सर आपने भी मतलब अगर कोई कमेंट या कोई रॉन्गनेस आती है कोई गलत बोलते गुस्सा आता है बट आपने वो गलत को भी इतना सुपर किया है आज गलती को कैसे अपनी बनाई जाए थैंक यू सो मच सर
Thank you. Thanks a lot for all of you and be present tomorrow also. A big Dr. Marota will be speaking tomorrow on the BTEX. So please be with us. Thank you.
Thank you,
very
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
More than
Thank you.
thousands of people were there. And we have given all the limited personalities only. You are one of them. We are proud of you. And we together can do. And
Right.
we will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.